Some of us were surprised that Justice Haynes decided to transfer. And I saw the comment section. Some of you guys were like, hey, why wouldn't you? They never give him the ball. Well, here nor there, Jam Miller had over 25 carries last game and a win over Auburn in the Iron Bowl. But the depth chart definitely shifts. And we're going to talk about one guy, Richard Young, who's got a big opportunity to get some carries and some touches for this Alabama team in the bowl game and then next season. Thanks for hanging out with us on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. Brought to you by newlifeart.com. I know a lot of you guys are looking for gifts right now. We're going to give you the code and a way to save a little cash as you get ready for the holidays, or maybe you already are ready. I got my shirt on. All right, what do you say, guys? Mick Gillespie here, and hope you're having a great holiday season so far. Merry Christmas, everybody. And let's talk about this running back situation. So at the end of the season, I think we were kind of wondering, with this Alabama's running backs, if they were going to give the ball to the running backs more, because I feel like that was an issue for this team. And then in the Iron Bowl, hey, we saw a lot of Jam Miller, and we didn't see a lot of Justice Haynes. And it felt like Jam Miller was the guy that Alabama could rely on. He was a battering ram. He got better as the game went on, helped us wear down Auburn, and win our fifth straight Iron Bowl. Justice Haynes came in, 5-star, great pedigree. Kalen DeBoer kept him when he could have transferred. But, you would watch him run, and it looked like, that he had all of this potential, but he really never turned it into a lot of sustained success on the field. So where's Alabama right now running back wise? Okay, Jam Miller's going to return. He'll be a senior. Richard Young and Daniel Hill are both sophomores. Richard Young, though, is going to be the guy that slides in to that backup role, and you'll see him a lot against Michigan. Kevin Riley is a freshman, and then A.K. Deere is the guy that just signed out of Mississippi, a 4-star, a great player. And then, right now in this group, Haynes is the only guy that is set to go. So it's going to be interesting. I would not be surprised if you don't see Alabama hit the transfer portal for a back. Maybe not, but maybe, it's kind of one of those areas where you only have one football. And last year with Jalen Milroe being a running quarterback, he took up a lot of those carries that in a normal season with a quarterback that wasn't a great runner, you would hand the ball off to those guys. Ty Simpson starting, he's not going to run the ball like Milroe. He's going to hand the ball off. So Alabama's going to have to really rely on those running backs to carry the load. And what made Jalen Milroe to me and still does so dangerous is his ability to run the ball inside the 20s, and Bama scored a ton of touchdowns during the season. But the games that he struggled, including Oklahoma, where it just seemed like they knew every time he was going to touch the ball and hand it off, he just didn't fool anybody. He didn't run hard, played terrible game, didn't run the ball well. But when he ran the ball against LSU, just enormous games for Alabama. So next year is going to be totally different, but it feels like that this position group is going to be very solid for the Crimson Tide in the near future. So I think a lot of you guys are excited about Richard Young getting more touches and seeing, more time. One other thing I wanted to talk about on the show today is my former partner, Ryan Fowler, down in Tuscaloosa, put out a tweet that he heard that Brian Kelly from LSU had come to Tuscaloosa to try to steal away an Alabama player with money. And a lot of people are wondering, is this tampering? There's no rules. So it probably is tampering, but who knows, right? Who knows, because there's no governing body to any of this. But really interesting to know that some of Bama's arch rivals are coming in and trying to sway Bama's players with huge contracts and money offers and all of that. So I'm not sure if this has anything to do with Mbakwe, because I heard that was Ole Miss and maybe somebody else. But apparently he came to Tuscaloosa, according to Ryan, and you know, it was trying to, use money to lure some players away. And I think maybe that was what led Greg Byrne to the statement that he made to try to raise money for NIL. And I've read your comments, and a lot of you guys are not real pleased with the way that the players are these days, the system. And a lot of you guys feel like the timing is bad with Christmas coming around the corner, that you could do a lot better things with your money, that you feel like the players are spoiled and entitled. And I'm not going to argue any of that. I'm just saying the bottom line is that until they fix this, they could destroy our program if other teams come in and buy our best players away. And then, that's why I'm behind Greg Byrne. I just hope that the subscription that you pay for the NIL is, you get something back in return. If these guys want money, why can't they send out autographed pictures? Or why can't they, have a time where we go and get, pictures taken with the players, or you get access, like there has to be a way to make it worthwhile for the fans to be able to get something for their money. I mean, basically, if they want a fan funded team, then, as, subscription holders, I'm sure you want something back in return, right? And it may be a little bit more than just play on a football field. It's definitely a very tough situation right now because there are no rules in college football. But at the same time, if we sit back and wait, and you lose your best players, there's 5 or 6 guys that could leave, and Bama would be, instead of one of the top 10 teams, would be maybe top 25. And you say it's a big roster. Yeah, but think about it. Go back through and look at the rosters that even Nick Saban had. There was a lot of depth there, but the best players mattered. Your star quarterback, your star running back, maybe somebody on defense. If you start plucking 4 or 5 of those guys away, say you took Bryce Young and Will Anderson Jr., off the team a few years ago, what's that team look like? Or Najee Harris and, Devontae Smith, and maybe Mac Jones off the 2020 team, right? So that's why it's so important right now, until we really just got to weather the storm and wait on Congress to enact something to turn amateur athletics back to amateur athletics. Now, the other thing I wanted to say too was, some of you guys agreed and some of you guys disagreed with my take on, and I've used women's basketball, but any of the Olympic sports that don't make money. I'm not against any of those sports. I love them, and I love the competition. I mean, I just do. I think that's what got me in love with doing this and following athletics. But what I'm saying is, and I guess I just need to clarify this, is that when you turn this into a business model, the way that the the business works is that football makes all the money and everybody else doesn't, and they lose a ton of money, but everybody gets treated equally. And economically speaking, it just doesn't work. The math doesn't work, so you start, like, all of a sudden now, you've got to, kind of look at it and go, well, look, football's generating $1 billion and women's basketball is losing $1 million, I mean, like, you got to pay the people that are there. And so that's all I was saying. But I pull for every Alabama team to win. So just so you guys know that. So anyway, I think most of you do. All right. Roll Tide, everybody. Thanks for hanging out here. NewLifeArt.com, promo code Bama Tailgate. Make sure you put it in that promo code section at the end when you're filling in, when you're filling out all the paperwork, the stuff at the end to pay. But it's 20% off everything but the new releases. Take advantage of that right now while the holiday season's here. Maybe use your Christmas money. Maybe you're buying somebody else something. You can't beat Daniel Moore, NewLifeArt.com art, man. I was just in Hoover and was in his studio. Man, that place is amazing. If you haven't been there yet, swing by and check it out. He is just an amazing artist. And when you go up to the art room up top, I mean, it's like being in a museum. I mean, like, and it is a museum, but it's just the level of detail and those prints. And I think a lot of us can walk through the room and we remember most or all of those games as a fan. The other thing is, we got a winner in the competition to go see Tonic Fuel, and Hinder at Pearl River Resort. And I appreciate all of you guys for being a part of that. We gave 2 sets of these prizes away, 4 complimentary tickets to see that 90s rock trio. Then 2 rooms at Golden Moon Casino. So 4 tickets, 2 rooms, and then buffets for everybody. So you eat, you sleep, and you rock together. And we appreciate all of you guys. But you can still go to the concert. Check it out over at Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi. It's going to be a great night, Saturday, December 28th, when those 3 rock on together. And that's right after Christmas. So that's coming up. So thank all of you guys, though, for the comments about what your favorite memory is with these bands. Thank you again for hanging out. Have a great day. I'm going to sit here through the holidays and throw out new content for you because I know a lot of people are taking off, but not me. When I used to bartend at Boo Radley's, I worked Christmas and Thanksgiving. So I'm going to do that for you guys on the channel. Do me a favor. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, and roll Tide.
To Pearl River Resort.